Now, and scientists are proposing the appointments of chief scientists for all departments under the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation to aid policy direction. They also want an increase in funding from the current 0.3% of GDP to 1%.
Ghana's first post-colonial president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, focused the country's development on science and technology. The establishment of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and the Atomic Energy Commission are demonstrable evidence of Nkrumah's focus. Regrettably, investment in science and technology has waned over the years with low interest in science education. Another issue of concern is funding. Presently, funding for science, technology and innovation is 0.3% of GDP, representing a shortfall of the global 1% requirement.
It has been on the table for us to set up a science fund for research, R&D, and to support science education generally, and etc. So you will also be required to look at this, discuss it, and come to us with some suggestions and inputs into the proposals, and put in as much as you are willing to put in so that we can get a draft science bill to be submitted to Cabinet.
In an effort to revive science development, a draft legislative scheme for technology and innovation is under consideration. When passed, there would be a commission on science, technology and innovation. The National Innovation Cluster Advisory Committee, as well as a Science, Technology and Innovation Fund, will also be established. Among other activities, the commission will advise the President through the Sector Minister on policy formulation and design.
So we just talk, but then we don't implement it because we have no political will to spend money. So this is part of our program. 1981. When African leaders made that for African to succeed in science, we need to spend 1%. Since about more than 30 years ago, we are still spending 0.3%.
Under the draft, an executive director will also be appointed by the President through a Public Service Commission for a 5-year renewable term within 2 years. The draft is also calling for the appointment of a chief scientist to the ministry.
They will be able to advise the minister, because we said now these major decisions are taken which have scientific connotation. But if you have a ministry which there's no science people there, then the decision that will be taken will not be well informed. In selecting them, you have to be very careful so that we get the right people appointed.